Welcome back to another episode of the Jesse Rosensky Show, and today I want to hit two things. Yeah, doesn't always have to be a one thing kind of day. I'm going to hit two topics. First one goes back to my favorite person on the planet, apparently, AOC. Remember, for weeks now, she's been accusing Ted Cruz of attempted murder, pretty much. He tried to have me killed. Yeah, I mean, that stuff. Because of what happened on January 6th. And, they were in the building. I mean, when it was happening, I get it. People did get in while people were still in there. Had to be evacuated. So, some of those people could say that, they felt that their lives were in danger. That includes people that work, in the city that were in between there. I mean, grocery stores, pharmacies, whatever's there. People that work there seeing that mob go, I imagine they didn't feel too comfortable, just like they didn't feel too comfortable last summer. Felt that their lives could be in danger because, while you're in between it, or you're in the actual building that gets breached, your life is obviously, possibly in danger. I can see that. I get it. But AOC saying it, funny story, she wasn't even in the Capitol building that day. Nowhere near. I mean, I guess we can't, I can't say nowhere near. She was in the vicinity, I suppose. And all the stuff she said, she wasn't even in the building that it was happening at. I've even heard her say that she was trying to figure out what to order for lunch when all of it was happening and going on. Then she comes out after everything she spewed about Ted Cruz, about the people that did it, about Trump supporters as a whole. She wasn't even there. Now, civilians that were, there working, their normal jobs in D.C. in that area, I could see how they would feel concerned. An angry mob stormed and got into the Capitol. They breached the building. I mean, what could they do to you in your normal, day-to-day job, where the security isn't nearly as, high? Demonizing it would be different if they were black people. All that crap we've, heard from all sides demonizing everybody, have coming out of her mouth when she wasn't even there. I know she has her stories and her excuses, about what happened to her in the past. That can play a part in it. But if they weren't even in the building you were in, or trying to get into the building you were in, or any of that, you weren't actually there. There were people that were there that said, we felt completely safe. Completely comfortable. We knew they had our, protected, It was scary, but we're all okay. We knew that we were going to be taken care of. And she's out there blasting the whole time they tried to have her killed. Turns out that was a crock. Doesn't surprise me that, she's spewing all this hate and discontent because, it's what she does. Kind of narcissistic, really, no matter what happens. She always seems to have something, and attempted murder and everything else, even though she wasn't there. So, if you don't have a problem with that, sorry. There's something wrong with you. You're what's wrong, because you're what keeps letting this stuff perpetuate, I believe is the appropriate word for it. Which, again, doesn't help unify, heal, or anyone get over anything that's going on, because you just keep spewing all of this garbage all the time. Which, again, doesn't help. And I know we'll never get anything else out of her that's, useful about the whole thing, but it kind of grinds my gears. I thought she wasn't. More and more reports come out. She wasn't even there. Again, look it up if you didn't hear it. It's not hard to find. You can do it. I have faith in you. It's just scary that people fall into it, and everyone always said that everyone was so dumb because of the lack of information, and now you can get whatever information you want, and there's stuff like this still happening. You know, stuff like that bothers me. Hopefully it bothers you too, or you think I'm crazy, but, that grinds my gears. And then another great one is Joe Biden reopening all those temporary camps and, all that for all the extra migrants coming now because of his executive orders that he did on day one and all that. And since, he's done a lot. Whole lot of executive orders. If I remember correctly, the media, everyone on the left, to include the people sitting in the White House right now, AOC, Ilhan Omar, like so many of them going around talking, comparing those same facilities and camps, it's not like they changed suddenly, to concentration camps. But now they're opening them back up, and no one's saying a word, and it's perfectly okay with them, because they're getting all the extra people in that they wanted. Their policy hits, so now putting people in that is perfectly okay. Like, no, if it wasn't okay a couple months ago, then it shouldn't be okay now suddenly. Like, I'm sorry. Same things, same people. But yet now it's okay and it wasn't. Which again shows the hypocrisy in the left and the media, because most of it's left-leaning liberal media as a whole. And, something about it irks me. I'm sure it irks a lot of you people out there too, but there's just something about the crazy hypocrisy and double standards and everything that all these people have, and yet people don't seem to have a problem with it. Like, how can you not have a problem with it? Just like when everyone's bringing up Trump locking people in cages. Oh my God, he's such a terrible person. Well, you know who built those cages? That was the administration before Trump. They built it and were putting people in there. It was okay when Obama and Biden had them built, being used. But the second Trump took over, suddenly he was Hitler, and he was locking people in cages and being all terrible and putting people in concentration camps and all that. It's just hypocrisy in it, and people fall for it. But if it was bad for one person, administration, to do it, why isn't it bad for the left side when it comes to their administrations doing it? That's an honest, real question. If it's bad for one side to do it, why isn't it bad for the other side to do it? Especially when they're the ones that built it. It's like the wall. Trump said, we're going to build the wall. And I'm pretty sure 96, I don't know, sometime in the night, Democrats voted that we should build a wall because our southern border security was paramount. It never went anywhere. Trump built it. There they all were, talking bad about him the whole time. Like he wasn't anywhere near politics in that day and age. But again, he built it, so he's a bad guy. Now they're going to stop it because he's a bad guy. We're going to let more migrants in and open up these things and lock people up in concentration camps, as they called them. Not that long ago. But that's okay, because now the Democrats are in charge, so it's okay now for them to do it. Again, I don't know if it's the actual policy that irritates me or the fact that that many million of people just on the drop of a hat. I'm like, what? It's okay. Yay, he's our president. Like, you were just complaining about that for 4 years. And now it's okay. Like, that's what they are. They're all hypocrites. And granted, most politicians clear across the board are. Let me go and get that one clear. That's not a shot. One group, that's all politicians seem to do it. But, for how loud they have been and how loud the media has been with them about how bad all that stuff was and all of them were and everything was and Hitler references and dictator references and everything else. Now it's like everything, literally. Look at it. Those 10 cities down there for migrants, okay. Capitol riot on the 6th, bad. All the riots over the summer, with lots of bad things were happening, good. executive orders, dictator. Now, lots of executive orders, and only like executive orders, really. Good. You know, and you can literally look clear across the left and all the liberal media. Like they're just crazy, crazy, crazy level hypocritical people. And I'm not going to lie, I've never been a fan of them. I'm just the left. Hypocrites in general, no matter who they are, what side they're on. I don't care. You know, if you're going to say it, do it. You know, don't say one thing for all those years and then suddenly, boom, completely change your mind. You know, it doesn't work that way. It's not supposed to work that way. You're crazy if you think it works that way. That's why I keep saying this is a systemic problem. Clear across the board. Because again, people on both sides, everyone listening to this, watching me, people they tell what, anyone with a brain can admit both sides are just hypocritical. And do whatever fits their agenda. To include accusing other senators of, like, you know, attempted murder, even though they weren't even in the building. And then when you try to say anything bad about anyone else on the left, suddenly you're a bad guy, but they could do that. And demonizing police and military and, you know, everyone. Why? Because they voted for Trump. Yeah, and doesn't mean we're all, like, all of them aren't crazy. Like everyone on the left isn't crazy. They're not all bad people. Like the people running all this stuff and controlling all of it, yeah, they're terrible, terrible people. But not everyone is. And I keep saying, everyone get together, talk. That's what we're missing. We're just letting them do whatever they want. And we're not actually, like, talking amongst each other like regular people. I think most of their ideas are crazy. They think all my ideas are crazy. It's okay. But talk it out. Pray that people will start doing that one day and realize that these people that have been in charge, a lot of them 70s, 80s, you know, a lot of these people have been here. You know, the upper echelon that you always hear about for the most part, you know, the McConnells. No offense, I got to throw Joe Biden in there. He was there forever. Nancy. Chuck. There's been a lot more Maxine Waters, Dianne Feinstein. Like, there's a lot more on the left that have been there for an eternity. Mitt Romney's in there too. Let me throw Mitt Romney. He seems like he's been there forever. You know, those are the those people that have been there forever. That are making all the policy. Doesn't matter what, you know, president is, unless the president starts throwing executive orders to get past them, which, you know, again, they're entitled to. I didn't agree with it all the time when Trump was doing it. I don't agree with it now. You know, it's supposed to, you know, communicate. That's the purpose. Debate. That's why we have the floor, the House, the Senate, minus my dog sneezing in the background. So apologize for that if you heard it. But, like, that's what, like, open, healthy debate. Like, it used to happen, and I think we need to get back there. Save the country and all kinds of stuff from just stupid, crazy happening. Because we've seen a lot of stupid, crazy in the last year. So again, I appreciate your time. Like, share, comment, follow the page so you always know when it happens. Go find me on YouTube under Jesse Rosinski. You can follow that one if you don't want to be on Facebook. And it'll tell you whenever, you know, if you have notifications on, it'll alert you. Rumble, I'm on Bearded Ski. All that. You get, I think, an email the next day, but you'll know if you don't want to do it here on Facebook. And take care of one each other, communicate. Everyone say a bless you to Daisy. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Have a good day. Peace.